Should I get critical illness insurance? What is basic sickness protection? Basic sickness protection, otherwise called coronary failure protection, malignant growth protection, stroke protection, or fear illness protection, is an item intended to assist with diminishing the monetary effect of a serious infection. A South African specialist developed it when he saw his patients battling with their funds after they recuperated from significant diseases, making it the main protection item that wasn't made by an insurance agency. Albeit only 1 out of every odd sickness is covered, a basic disease insurance contract will cover a large number of the most widely recognized and monetarily troublesome circumstances. It safeguards against difficult diseases and unforeseen operations by giving you the cash you want for anything, compensating for lost compensation, subsidizing additional time off work, covering clinical installments, and in any event, going for treatment. That way you can zero in on recovering. How does basic sickness protection function? However, a few basic sicknesses are normal, clinical advances have empowered those determined to have a difficult disease to live longer than any time in recent memory. Endurance rates have expanded, yet the bills related with treatment can be devastating, particularly with rising medical care costs and the rising notoriety of high-deductible well-being plans. Basic sickness strategies work by paying a singular amount benefit sum following the determination of a covered condition. After finding the covered individual, you or a friend or family member presents a case for benefits, which are then paid straightforwardly to them. You can utilize the advantage from a basic disease strategy to cover clinical costs, your home loan, utility installments, or even staple bills. In the event that there's a trial treatment that could be useful, a basic disease strategy can assist with giving you the resources to seek after it. On the off chance that you want to go for methods or doctor visits, a basic sickness strategy can help pay for your transportation and housing. While confronting a perilous sickness or condition, basic disease protection helps give you the opportunity to zero in exclusively on recuperation. What does basic sickness protection cover? Basic disease protection covers various, the most well-known difficult sicknesses or conditions. Making a case for chest torments or a stomachache won't set off installment. However, a finding of one of the accompanying circumstances will probably qualify, contingent upon your strategy. Coronary failure. Coronary conduit sidestep a medical procedure. Angioplasty. Stroke. Obtrusive or painless malignant growth. Kidney, renal, disappointment. Significant organ relocate. High-level Alzheimer's sickness. Loss of motion. Unconsciousness. Numerous basic sickness insurance contracts likewise incorporate a choice of riders to supplement or support existing inclusion. In the event that you're new, a rider is an extra choice, term or condition you might choose to improve your strategy. By adding a rider, you can stretch out inclusion to your life partner or kids, or grow it to incorporate extra basic sicknesses. You can join an arrival of premium rider to your strategy to have a part of your charges reimbursed to your friends and family in the event that you pass on from some different option from a covered basic disease. Assuming that you're stressed over additional infections or conditions than those recorded over, a few strategies permit you to buy inclusion for extra basic sicknesses to make the most ideal insurance. Extra basic ailments covered under certain strategies could include high-level ALS, high-level Parkinson's infection, loss of sight, loss of hearing, harmless mind cancer. Extreme consumes. Is basic sickness protection worth the effort? To decide whether basic sickness protection is worth the effort for you, it means a lot to know the dangers of getting a basic disease conclusion in the course of your life, as well as the clinical expense of basic disease. The gamble of analysis. In 2018, almost 1.8 million Americans got a malignant growth determination, yet just 33% of that number passed on from the sickness. Respiratory failures are likewise normal, with 735,000 happening yearly in the US, and there are 800,000 strokes every year, the main source of grown-up handicap. The chances of endurance. Those numbers are frightening, and no one needs to envision oneself in a circumstance where they're confronting a destructive sickness. There is a silver lining, but endurance rates are expanding quickly for most basic diseases. There were an expected 15.5 million malignant growth survivors in the US starting around 2016, a number that the Public Disease Organization expects will increment to 20.3 million by 2026. It's more probable than any time in recent memory that a malignant growth determination isn't a capital punishment, yet that doesn't make such a finding to a lesser degree a monetary weight. The monetary weight of basic disease. Truth be told, 40% of Americans caused clinical obligation in 2014, numerous because of a basic disease. The ongoing personal greatest for a family is $15,800, a negligible part of the all-out cost for disease treatment. You could cause this expense for quite a long time while you or a friend or family member fights malignant growth, leaving you with minimal in the approach to financing for all the other things you want. In addition, transportation to and from therapy, lost time at work, and different solaces to make the therapy more wonderful all add to the monetary expense of a disease determination. It's a comparable story for other basic sicknesses, and one with which such a large number of Americans are natural. Consider the maximum of becoming ill. Indeed, even a $30,000 strategy can have a major effect on a family confronting a basic sickness.